Hi everyone, this will be my last video in the series about my favorite colors for each brand which I own, and today we will be talking about Inktense. I must say that it was quite hard to select my favorite colors because I think that apart from red and mauve pink colors, all other Inktense colors are quite unique, so it's difficult to say which colors are excessive in the full set. But still, of course, I have several favorite pencils and I am happy to introduce them to you. First, let's talk about yellows. And I think that I can perfectly live with just two yellow pencils. One of them will be cold yellow and the second one will be warm. Lemon yellow I very often use even without water, and it's a rare thing for Inktense which doesn't look very attractive without activating with water. And lemon yellow I use to do highlights on the buildings, on the ground, so a very helpful color. And the golden yellow I love because of the variety from a very light yellow to quite rich, almost brown yellow, which we can get when we vary pressure on the pencil. So depending from the amount of the pigment, you can get a very nice color gradient from just this one pencil, from pastel to rich yellow. Lemon yellow you can combine with all green pencils, and golden yellow you can combine with all orange, vermilion and brown colors. Next, let me introduce you my favorite orange and reddish brown color combo, which I really like to use especially for the roofs of the buildings. We can start from burnt orange, then we can go to the baked earth, then to red oxide and to madder brown. Sometimes I even start this color combo from mustard pencil, so from the yellowish, and in the end you can get beautiful gradient from yellow to orange to red brown colors. It depends from the amount of surface you need to cover. For example, I used it here. I am not a huge fan of dark brown pencils in Inktense set like bark or dark chocolate. For me, they look a little bit dirty, especially in mixes. But I really love madder brown. It's very rich with distinctive reddish undertone, and I really love to use it for shading with various colors. Another two my favorite pencils are amber and mustard. In the beginning they seemed to me almost identical, but then I started to notice the difference. Amber is closer to the greenish side and mustard is closer to the brown, so amber is colder and mustard is a warmer color. Amber I love by itself, again depending from the amount of pigment you put on the paper you can get beautiful color variations from a very pale delicate yellowish green to quite intense almost olive brown color. And mustard, as I said, I love to combine with different oranges like burnt orange or mid vermilion or baked earth, and to start this composition of yellow, orange, brown colors. Sometimes I use mustard as a shading color for bright yellows like cadmium yellow or sun yellow. I can add a little bit of mustard to show shadow parts of the object. Next two colors are tan and oak. I started to love them from videos of Peter Hewitt, and also from her videos I started to use them for the walls of the buildings, and I started to combine them with purple colors for shading. My favorite color is dusky purple, and I use it with both tan and ochre, but sometimes if I really need to do very dark shading, I combine ochre with dark purple. Anyway, these two color combos are really very helpful if you need to do more highlighted wall on the building and wall in the shadow. So tan and ochre are the natural and the most popular colors if you love to color buildings in Lizzie Mary Cullen's books. I must say that I am still surprised how interesting mix of tan and dusky purple looks, and how it provides rich and interesting brown color in the end. From the red palette I quite often use cherry and Shiraz pencils. Sometimes I also combine them with deep red. In the Red INKTENSE palette, I believe that several pencils are quite similar to one another, so reds are definitely excessive in the full set. You can mix cherry and Shiraz together to use Shiraz for the shading for cherry, or from cherry you can go to the red oxide or deep red, and Shiraz you can combine with pink colors, with rose colors, like I did here, combining it with deep rose. When I needed some interesting color combos for the night and evening skies in Lizzie Mary Cullen's book, I very often combined Shiraz with deep violet. Here let me show you the mix of cherry and Shiraz, and for the mixes of Shiraz with other colors I'd better try it in the other place on my paper. Besides, I use here very thin paper, nothing special, and even on this paper we can see beauty of the colors, and on better paper quality all Inktense pigments will look much more interesting, brighter and richer, and depth of colors definitely will be much better. Anyway, as I said, I love to combine Shiraz with deep violet. I love both violet pencils in the set, and I am happy that they are quite different. Deep violet for me is more to the warmer side, and violet pencil is more to the bluish side of the color palette. Thanks to this bluish undertone, violet is a very versatile pencil and could be combined with many other colors. Here I mixed violet plus deep rose, but of course you can use sisal or fuchsia pencils, so anything similar to deep rose. And also, I hadn't shown it here, but you can go to the three pencils combo: navy blue, violet and deep rose. I also quite often used this three pencils color combo for the night skies, fantasy skies in Lizzie Mary Cullen's book. Believe me, this three pencils color combo is really worth to try. Now let's go to the blue colors, and in Inktense set we have a huge variety of blue colors and all of them are very beautiful, so the choice was really very difficult. I really love Lagoon, and I quite often combine it with violet because in Lagoon we have some violet undertone. Next we have a lot of beautiful natural blue colors. My favorite dark blue is navy blue. I was quite happy when I purchased it individually, and now it's definitely one of my favorites and also one of my shortest pencils in the set. Quite often I can combine it with peacock blue if I don't need a huge difference between dark and light shadows. Or I can do a more dramatic contrast. I can add iris blue to the navy blue. And when I need to color water in Lizzie Mary Cullen's book, some sea or some wave, I very often to use also teal green or one of the aquamarine pencils. Finally, let's talk about green colors. In InkTense, I love many green pencils. Only a couple of them are almost never used in my set, and they are mallard green and vivid green. All other are not bad and I use them quite often, but of course I have my favorites. Let's start from the cold green colors, and here the darkest shade will be iron blue. I can combine it with beach green. My favorite green in the whole set is Ionian green. Very beautiful, quite natural green color, beautiful. If you put small amount and use a lot of water, you will get very beautiful pastel green color, and beautiful also if you put big pressure on the pencil, so you will put a lot of pigment, and in the end you will get very dark and rich green color. Quite often I can combine Ionian green with olive green and apple green or spring green. Apple green and spring green, for me they are almost identical, so it's not important which one will be the lightest shade in the trio. And the last, let's talk about yellowish greens. Here the darkest color will be leaf, then slightly lighter olive green, and in the end you can use any of the yellow pencils as the lightest shade. When I use InkTense for botanical colorings, especially in flower yearbook, I love to combine various leaves of various types and to color them with different shades of green. For some of the leaves I can use cold greens, and for some of the leaves I can use yellowish greens, and in the end the whole composition will look more interesting if you use different shades of colors. That's were my favorite InkTense pencils, and it's difficult to say what's better, to purchase all colors individually, to purchase set of 36, or to purchase the full set. In the full set there are several excessive colors, especially in pink, red and bright green colors, but still, the most beautiful colors are not in the 36 but in the full color set. I started from 36 set, and then I realized that several pencils from 36 set I don't use at all, as I said, reds or bright greens, and that I definitely need some beautiful colors which are available only in the biggest set or open stock. So I say that you'd better purchase the full set if you like InkTense and their properties. Anyway, I thank you for watching. I hope that some color combos will be helpful to you, and I want to apologize for the quality of the video. It's really difficult to film when it's so dark outside almost the whole day. Bye!